Well, hello everyone, I am Fracture, and this is, yes, let's play Deus Ex Human Revolution. Well, sort of. This is going to be very minimalist. There's a lot of really good Let's Plays out there already that cover pretty much the whole Deus Ex, the cutscenes, all the dialogue, that sort of thing. I decided to do things a little differently. I've played through this game a couple of times now, and I don't want to play through it again and watch all of the dialogue. So what does that mean? Well, it means two things. First of all, I'm going to record this in a minimal fashion. You're not going to see any of the cutscenes. I'm going to cut out much of the dialogue. So if you're trying to follow along and get the story, this probably isn't the Let's Play for you, and I would recommend one of the other really good ones. Not only that, though, I've decided, since this is like my third playthrough and I don't want to do it all again the same way, I'm going to try and play the game minimalist as well. It's going to be an attempt at a full ghost zero-takedown game, but I'm also not going to upgrade my character. I'm going to try and avoid, if at all possible, using any of my Praxis points. I'll collect them and I'll buy them when I can, but I'm not going to apply them to anything, and we'll see how that goes. So there's no guarantees that I'll stick to this. I mean, I may come up to points in the game where it just frustrates me and I have to do a takedown or something like that. I've seen other Let's Plays where they're doing zero takedowns and they seem to be getting quite far. So I'm going to see. I'm going to try my best. But if I end up doing a takedown or something like that, so be it. I can also think of several places in the game that are going to be nearly impossible. I'm going to give it a real college try though and see what happens. And of course there's the boss battles. I absolutely hate the boss battles in this game. You can tell they were done by a different company. They're actually utter crap, and that's the last I'll say of that. You'll see me, at least for the first boss battle, kind of game it. You'll see it when it happens. I'm not going to talk much about them. I wish they weren't in the game. The end. Okay, so let's get started. And I look forward to your comments on this first video, see if you're actually interested in seeing this sort of thing. So anyway, enough of this, enough rambling. Let's get started. Okay, I'm playing on Gimme Deus Ex level, or the hard level. And another option than the one I take, of course, is going up that ramp to the right side of the guard. But at this level, he sees you when you try to walk up that ramp. I'd recommend taking a look at GoliathVT's Let's Play of Deus Ex if you want to see a trick to getting up that without being seen at this level. So of course we just wait for him to get out of the way and we go through this door. You actually have to wait for him to stop walking because he will hear you open that door, so you have to be a little bit careful. Coming in through here is a breeze. As you'll see, I'm not even paying attention to the radar, just walking straight through to the corner of this truck. And there is a helicopter that comes around that you have to be careful not to be in its spotlight, but if you're quick, it's almost a zero issue. So, just waiting for that guard at the top of the stairs to turn and leave. And again, not paying attention to the rest of the radar though. I've found I can just walk through here and I'm not spotted. Now I'm coming up to a safe spot here. If I wait here and the helicopter happens to pass over, there he is, you can see his spotlight. He doesn't put his spotlight here, so you can wait here as long as you like. The piece you have to be careful of is as you're going up the stairs, the helicopter will check the top of these stairs. So all I'm trying to time is the guard that just came back. I want him to head the other way, and I want this helicopter to be a non-issue. And timing was perfect here, so there he goes. As soon as this guard turns around, I'm just going to go up the stairs and again be a little bit careful, make sure that he's far enough away that the door doesn't attract his attention, and we're in.
Richard, I'm in. The door.
And not going to pick this up. I'm going to be picking up very few things. A few choice guns for later in the game. One thing I should mention is when I was in the helicopter I asked for a ranged weapon. You can see I've got the ranged non-lethal dart gun there. Not that I'm going to use it, but again, GoliathVT has a really neat trick later in the game that happens to need that. So I figured I'd grab it while I could right at the beginning. And here I'm just waiting for a guard to return. This guard just coming back looks down towards us, so being careful, and as soon as he turns away, it's pretty much a cakewalk getting down the stairs, or actually it's a ramp. Watching that guy, he doesn't pay that much attention. And I could probably go here, but we just wait for him to start heading back the way he came. And there we go, a little spot check and down the ramp. Alright, and then around the corner. These two guys never turn around, so this is just walking right through the room, right past them, and up the stairs. They'll never spot you. You could, well, no, you couldn't jump up and down because they'd hear you, but pretty much a non-issue. These guys won't see you while they're still chattering away there. So I cut in through this room. I found this to be a good path, and I hide behind this door, and you'll see why in a second. Yeah, just like that. I found that by accident one time, but I found that so amusing. I do it every time now. And just missed getting caught by this guy. Do the SWAT turn, and then we'll just crossfade past some waiting here. Just waiting for the guard outside the door to be pathing away at the same time that the guard in the changing room is pathing away. And then we're in the clear. We can pretty much run here. We don't have to worry about being spotted.
What? Didn't you plug the...
I'm on it.
Now this hack I leave in the game so you can see the hacking process. Again, I assume you've seen it, but here you go. Pretty hard to not be able to hack this. Even when we're discovered, we've got half a minute to get to this node, so no effort here. And here I like to actually wait for the siren noise to complete. You can actually go through the door before it's quite done. I don't know if it matters, but that's what I do. Here, if you're quick, you can just run like crazy through a good chunk here. Come around the corner. You can see I'm not pausing, I'm not hiding. And the good old air ducts. Yeah, of course, coming along here, walking along this roof beam, you're bypassing a ton of stuff underneath you. It's quite possible to get through that room without coming this way. This is kind of a simple way of doing it. And that's generally the route that I'll be taking through the game, is whatever's easiest. And just to mention GoliathVT's abbreviated LP again, he tends to do just the opposite. He tries to find the most difficult way through the room and still do a zero takedown. So it is pretty interesting to watch.
Where's the bomb squad?
Access granted. Automated dispersal device deactivated.
Alright, so we'll crossfade past the dialogue there. I'm playing a good character, so any dialogue I skip tends to be the good discussion. So yes, I'll help you, yes, I'll find your wife, that sort of thing. So I'm just watching the radar here, waiting for everybody to be facing away. And there we go, so you can just jump over the railing. Now, quick saving on areas like this where the desk doesn't quite cover you is usually a bad idea, unless you're absolutely positive you can make it. What happens is when you reload the game, you're standing up initially. Okay, and I lucked out here. All the folks were facing away on the radar, so I ran for it. Here I hide and just double check the camera, then make a run for, whoa, yeah, okay, I guess I didn't know where I was. Make a run for the final container here. And again, I luck out. This guard just looks down the hallway, and I decide to go for it all the way. I usually duck in behind this container and let them cycle through again, but I notice all the cameras, including that one in the corner, you got to be careful, were facing in the right direction, so I ran for it. Now I got lost here, so we'll do a crossfade. There's me hacking the door. The first time through I came to this door and I didn't notice it, and I wondered where I was, so I just cut that out of there. And here's another decon area. Wait for the siren to stop, and you can make a run for it here and get through almost the entire room while they're chatting away. You can see I'm not doing any cover. Tried to grab those bullets as I passed and I missed them. So make it the whole way. You have to wait until these guys are looking away. They will see you when you do the flip there. And then this can be a bit of a wait. You're waiting for all 3 or 4 of these guards to be facing away, and there they are. Sometimes you need to duck behind that box, but I take the risk and it pays off. Okay, and there's our first practice point, which I won't be applying. One of the other things I should mention at this point, I'm probably going to skip the bulk of the secondary quest. I'm just going to do the mainline quest. Again, this is minimal. Curious how many practice points I have at the end if I skip all the side quests. The main reason is selfish, really. These sort of post-commentary videos where I'm cutting out a lot of stuff, they're quite a lot of work to do all the editing. And the less video I record, the better. So if I skip the side quests, I'm just saving myself a lot of effort. So that's really why I'm doing it. Don't really need these since I'm not going to be getting any hacking upgrades with my Praxis points. I probably don't need many of the viruses. But out of habit, I'll be picking up a lot of the stuff. You know, I can always sell it. Although, aside from Praxis points at the clinics, I'll have very little to spend my money on. Okay, now I'm trying to remember how much of this I can run without stealthing. Well, stealthing, without hiding. Don't quite remember where I am in the level at this point. The stairs all start to look the same, but I know I can run all the way up these stairs until I see those boxes. Those guys really aren't paying attention. You can actually run right up to those boxes and only duck when you reach them, and they won't see you. And as soon as those guys turn, you can start heading down there. I wait for them to take a few steps, but you really don't need to. And you can shadow this guy. Make sure you don't bump into them. They're smart enough to notice you if you touch them. Some games aren't. And this guy, you got to be a little careful. If you open it before he leans on the railing, he'll hear the door. So, well, not quite, obviously, because he wasn't on the railing. He has to be quite far away, though. Not sure why I took my gun out at that point. I guess habit, next to a urinal. Okay, just checking the radar, making sure nobody's facing the door. They will see you open the door. And a quick crossfade there, because I got caught the first time I tried to do this. So I just cut out the save and load. Waiting for that first guard to leave, and that's really the only guy I'm paying attention to. I'm taking a bit of a risk just going visually, not waiting for the radar. This is where I got caught last time. I did a turn here and he did see me, so I'm just waiting a little bit longer. I think I even... No, don't wait for the guy at the far end. And again. Now this is pretty low risk, but you do have to wait for the one guy to not be facing you. I don't know how lucky I was with the far guards, but really at this point I was only paying attention to the one guy, and I'm up the stairs. At this point you're in the clear. Again, not remembering if I have to worry about anything at the top of the stairs, so we're just running like crazy. And nope, we're in the clear. Cutting the cutscene. And yeah, I did the good one, left him alive.
But I promise you this.
And then I do chat with the husband and wife, but we'll just cut straight over to heading home. So with that, we wrap up this episode. Please leave some comments if you want me to continue this. I won't be doing a conventional LP, so this is about all you'd get if you want me to continue this Deus Ex LP. Tell me what you think. Is it okay this chopped apart? And otherwise, I thank you for watching, and I thank you for listening. I encourage you to leave comments, suggestions, or infantile abuse. I promise I read it all. And if you like my videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel or give me the thumbs up, and we'll see you next time.